Technology is an important part of human history because it allows us to accomplish massive tasks with the help of modern machinery. However, when humans come across ancient technology, the purpose isn't always clear. In fact, while we can make some theories, we may have no idea why or how an item was created. Watch the entire video as we're going to look at some of the antique tech that has stumped scientists all over the world. Welcome to the Future Tech Lab. And today we're going to tell you about the ancient technologies that even present scientists can't explain. The Dashca Stone. It may appear to be just a random piece of stone with cracks, but this object is the Dashca Stone, which is thought to be the oldest map in history at 120 million years old. It covers the Ural Mountains as well as the surrounding area in Russia. What makes this map so impressive is that it was drawn from an aerial perspective at the time of its creation, which should not have been possible because there was no way for humans at the time, if there were any. The map also looks to be constructed in 3 dimensions. The different ridges accentuate the mountain terrain. However, other experts claim that the ridges are just fissures produced through time, and that the fact that they resemble the Ural Mountains today is purely coincidental. To obtain precise photos of an area for maps, we employ helicopters, aircraft, drones, and satellites. The cost of making a map might vary depending on factors including design, printing, and distribution. It is projected that generating 5,500 maps will cost almost $3,000. The ancient Dashca Stone is said to be worth a fortune. The Greek Fire. For generations, fantasy writers have been inspired by this flaming weapon. The Byzantine Empire created Greek fire in the 7th century. It gave them a huge advantage in combat, especially in naval battles, as it easily tore through wooden ships. If a torch of Greek fire was completely submerged in water, it would not be extinguished when removed. The process to create this amazing weapon was a closely guarded state secret, once many other empires learned of its destructive capabilities. Scientists have attempted to duplicate the weapon even today, but they have not been able to match the powers detailed in the ancient manuscripts. After its original formula was lost to time, Greek fire was even utilized through a pressurized nozzle, essentially generating one of the earliest flamethrowers. In 2018, Elon Musk's boring firm began selling their own flamethrowers for $500. It didn't take long for all the flamethrowers to be sold out. The corporation is reported to have made roughly 10 million naira from the transaction. The Lycogus Cup. While it appears to be nothing more than an ancient cup, it's actually a lot more. It's known as the Lycogus Cup, and it's one of the rare ones around. The design of the cup depicts the fall of a king, similar to courage. It was created by the Romans in the 4th century and changes color depending on the angle that the light is shown on the cup. The glass can switch from a jade green to a dark red color, similar to that black and blue or white and gold dress. A few years ago, for a few decades after finding the item, scientists had no idea how the cup could change color until fragments of the glass broke off. The Lycogus Cup was essentially made with nanotechnology, but scientists have no idea how the Romans were able to accomplish this amazing feat. Lord Victor Rothschild sold the cup to British Museum for nearly $25,000 in 1958, which is nearly $240,000 in today's money. The Nimrod lens. The Nimrod lens was discovered in a Syrian ruin in Nimrod, which is now part of Iraq, in 1850. This piece of rock crystal is said to be 3,000 years old. Although some experts dispute on what it was used for, some believe it was used as a magnifying lens. But the lens doesn't provide a lot of magnification. Others believe it was used to help start fires by concentrating sunlight. And still, others believe it was just a decorative feature. But the theory with the most support suggests that the Nimrod lens was used in an astronomy telescope, which would mean telescopes had been around far longer than when Galileo Galilei first looked up at the sky in the 1600s. Because of the Nimrod lens's rarity, its value could be compared to some of the most expensive personal telescopes on the market today, which can cost up to $30,000. But since it may be the first of its kind, it could be worth more than the James Webb Space Telescope, which costs $8.8 billion. The Oof Viking Sword. So far, about 177 Oof Viking swords have been discovered. They are thought to have been produced between 800 and 1000 CE. Yet, the technology to make these swords shouldn't have been accessible for another 800 years. During the Industrial Revolution, iron was heated to 3000 degrees Fahrenheit, impurities were eliminated, and carbon was added to make the metal stronger in order to create swords. When the Oof swords were manufactured, heating the iron to this temperature was not possible. Instead, medieval procedures entailed pounding the iron ore to remove impurities, but many of the impurities or slag remained. Due to the Oof sword's rarity, they don't turn up at auctions often, although some Viking swords have been sold for about $10,000 each. For those interested, a sword in the medieval times would have cost anywhere between $1,000 and $2,000 in today's money. The Oof swords are free of impurities and contain significantly more carbon than any other blade of the time. Scientists are baffled as to how the Vikings had access to such technology. The Stradivarius Violin. Stradivarius violins are among the most sought-after and rare violins in the world. They were created in the 17th and 18th century by Antonio Stradivari, a famed Italian musical instrument builder. The technique used to manufacture Stradivarius violins was a closely guarded family secret that has been lost to time. Stradivarius violins are said to be the greatest in the business, and the technique used to create them was a tightly guarded family secret that has been lost to time. Many inventors have attempted to reproduce the procedure to this day, but none have come close to matching the beauty of the Stradivari instrument. The violins are assumed to have been built of maple wood that has been infused with a mineral mixture, although the specific wood and mineral combination is unknown. Regardless, due to the Stradivarius violin's rarity, they can sell for millions of dollars. In 2011, a Stradivarius violin known as Lady Blunt was auctioned off for an outstanding $16 million as part of a fundraiser for the Japan Disaster Fund. The Messiah Stradivarius violin is one of the most valuable instruments in the world, with a price tag of $20 million. The Antikythera Mechanism. Shipwrecked treasure was discovered off the shore of Antikythera, Greece in 1901. They discovered the Antikythera Mechanism, which was developed between 205 and 60 BCE and is now known as the Antikythera Mechanism. No one knew what the gadget was for years, although it looked to be some sort of mechanical analog computer. Scientists believe that the gadget is used to anticipate astronomical locations by just putting a few computations, and that it may thus be used as a calendar. Yet, the mechanism is still a mystery. How the ancient humans were able to develop such a sophisticated gadget remains a riddle. It could be the world's oldest computer, but because the Antikythera Mechanism is priceless, we'll have to compare it to newer computer items for its extremely rough value. For example, an Apple I computer can sell for nearly $500,000 in some circumstances. There we have it, which brings us to the end of today's video. Do you have any theories regarding these mysteries? Please leave your answers in the comments section below. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel. While you're at it, hit the bell so you never miss any of our videos, as more exciting ones like this are on the way. In the next one, I'll see you.